Hello, good morning, and welcome. My name is Lindsay Coda, and I'm delighted to welcome you to our Sunday service. UUCLB is a welcoming and inclusive religious community rooted in love, trust, and freedom. We proudly celebrate our congregation's diversity of beliefs, ages, identities, and abilities. Greetings to those of you who are new or visiting our church this morning. We're so glad you're here. Please stop by the membership table after the service to fill out a goldenrod newcomer form or scan the QR code on the order of service so that we can follow up with you. If you are interested in exploring membership or getting to know the church more, please join us after church in the lounge for a starting point welcome workshop. The lounge is just over here. Welcome also to those joining on YouTube and Zoom. Our live services are recorded and available for watching throughout the week. Out of respect for privacy, our cameras are focused on the pulpit, music, and altar areas. Please take a moment to silence your cell phones and electronic devices. After the service, if you are watching us online, please join our Zoom coffee hour where you can chat with others in the congregation. For those of us on site, please join us for coffee hour outside on the patio. All are welcome to explore our organic community garden and beautiful campus. The Rainbow Room is open for the care of your toddlers and infants. Children and Youth RE continues in their classrooms. And now for a few brief announcements. Well, I guess we don't. Do we have announcements today? Yes, we do. Okay.
Hello, good morning, church.
Good morning.
Welcome. We're the Scott Barron twins. I'm the black one. I'm Mac Scott Barron. And this is my husband, Ken Scott Barron. The last time we were at this pulpit, we were celebrating the UUCLB Dreamer Scholarship. Now we have an even more important assignment.
There are 13 million undocumented immigrants in the United States, and the administration had planned their mass deportation. This would cause chaos and hardship at our homes, at our schools, and at our churches. This is some protection that we need, not only in our homes, but outside. Mac?
The Fifth Amendment of the United States Constitution protects people from being forced to testify against themselves in court. It also prevents the government from abusing its prosecutorial powers.
All over the country, activist groups show, for example, how to exercise the right to remain silent, you've heard that expression, and do not have to discuss their immigration or their citizenship status with the police.
So the immigration team of the Social Justice Council and partners wants to make you aware of immigrant rights and give you the means to assist in this fight.
So in order to do that, we have an invitation for you. Please join us next Sunday as we hold a forum here at UUCLB, and that'll be at 11:30 to update you on how you can help. More details are available outside.
That's Sunday, March 9th, and we will have red cards. Lorraine, show the red card. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Edie Mickey Silvera. I'm a member of your Board of Trustees, and we just completed a listening circle process for our vision and mission process. So it completed on Thursday. We had roughly 70 people participate, and I hope you all, the ones that you did, you liked it, you were in a small group, you were just dreaming about what you thought would be the next thing for the UCLB, how we can make an impact here and in our community at large. So I'm inviting you, our consultant who's helping us in this process, she's showing up for our board meetings, yeah. It's on Tuesday, it's on Zoom. She's there at 7:30. The board meeting is very light right now in terms of the agenda, and she's gonna explain the next process better than I can. So the next process, as much as I can tell you, is we take all the feedback that you have, it gets iterated into a group. What were the top themes that came out of all those listening circles? And then we use those to develop our vision and mission. And so we need like 4 to 5 people who love words, who we all trust, a small group that develops the words to our vision and mission. And she's such a great person to explain this process that she's coming at 7:30 on our Zoom meeting on Tuesday. So if you go to our calendar, it says board meeting, just click in at 7:30 and join us, and you can listen more. And if you're interested in doing that, if you love words and you're curious about what would happen next, we'd love to hear from you. You can reach me or board@uuclb.org. We'd love to listen to you and see what if you want to participate in that process. So, and there's questions. Can I talk to you afterwards? Yeah. 7:30 p.m. I'm usually at work at 6 and 7 a.m. So yes, it's a p.m. for all you. 7:30 p.m. on Zoom. Thank you. And David.
Good morning. Oh, wait a minute. Good morning. Top of the morning to you. My name's David James. I'm here again representing your Music and Arts Committee, and I'm here to remind you that 2 weeks from today, on March 16th, we'll have our annual UUCLB St. Patrick's Day Party. It's always one of the funnest church events of the year. It'll happen as soon after the morning service as we can set up. There'll be food, drink, Irish music from the Wild Irish Roses, who bear a strong resemblance to the Wilder Spirits. An Irish joke-telling contest, so get ready for that, and more. It's a family-friendly party. There's no charge for the party, but we do need some volunteer help to put it on. If you can, please see Jane Doolittle Swanson at her table at coffee hour to sign up to help, and she'll let you know what help we still need. And please plan to spend your lunchtime on March 16th with us here at the party. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. My name is Priscilla Ortiz. I'm a member of the Board of Trustees and your board president, and today is the official kickoff of UUCLB's stewardship campaign, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about why I support UUCLB. So I started attending the church in 2004. My husband, Steve Fuller, who's in the choir, he started before me, and he joined right away. It took me a little longer, because I didn't join until June 2019, which is a long time. However, throughout that time, I did a lot of volunteer work with the church, and I did support it financially. So we had 2 young children, and we decided to support the church by volunteering in the as RE teachers. And I learned a lot about Unitarian Universalism because, to me, this was a totally foreign faith. I grew up as a Pentecostal, which is very different. And so I really enjoyed learning about the faith with my children. So we learned together. And anyway, that was a really good time for me. And then I became a facilitator of the Our Whole Life Sexuality Education program. I think some of you may have heard me speak about that program. I have facilitated several age group classes throughout the years. It's a program that's near and dear to my heart. And I also joined finance. And while I was not a member throughout while I was doing any of this work, I still supported the church financially because I believe in the principles. I connected with them. I believe in what this church stands for. And now there are values that the UUA adopted in 2024, and I connect with those as well. I also support the church because I wanted to be here to continue enlightening the children that attend today, future generations of UUs, and I want this church to be here for when my children come back. They're young adults now. Young adults tend to leave, but I am hoping they come back and this church is here and very strong, a really strong pillar of the community. I also support it because I love the music, and I also get a spiritual energy every Sunday when I come here, and I'm getting emotional because it fuels me. It fuels me for the week before me, and while my weeks are great sometimes there are very many challenges in the workplace. As your board president, there are also challenges in the church, and we're working through all of those, and so the energy that I get every Sunday, the spiritual energy, it fills me, and I just leave here with a wonderful sense of peace, and I want this church to be here. And more than ever, I think with everything that's going on now, I really need the community that UUCLB offers us. So if you have never pledged, please pledge. please do it now because we need it. If you are a pledger and you can spare a little bit more, please do so. There's so much work to be done. Edie spoke about the vision and mission. There's things that came out of that through those listening circles that we want to do. All of that takes a little bit of financial support, and we can't do it without the financial resources. And please note that I said we, because I'm hoping that not only you pledge, but maybe you provide, some of you who are not volunteers yet decide, I'm going to volunteer because there's so much to do in this church, and this is a great place, and it offers all of us a wonderful sense of community. That is what I have. Thank you for your time.
Good morning. I'm Pauline McMahon, and I'm on the Stewardship Committee. And all of those wonderful things that Priscilla just spoke about are only possible if we pledge. And we have a basket outside on the table. We also have blank pledge forms. Anybody who hasn't pledged before, you want to pledge. So these are the people who are really supporting us, getting their pledge back in. You can also do your pledge online. So you know this is a wonderful church. You know this is, everything about it is amazing. So please support us. Please get your pledge in. If you're new, meet us outside and you can sign a new blank pledge form. Thank you.
All right, please make sure your phones are on silent. We would appreciate that as we prepare to light our chalice with these words from the Reverend William Henry Channing. To live content with small means, to seek elegance rather than luxury, and refinement rather than fashion, to be worthy, not respectable, and wealthy, not rich, to study hard, think quietly, talk gently, act frankly, to listen to stars and birds, to babes and sages, with open heart, to bear all cheerfully, do all bravely, await occasions, hurry never. In a word, to let the spiritual, unbidden and unconscious, grow up throughout the common. This is to be my symphony. As we light this chalice, symbol of our faith, come, let us worship together.
Please rise in body or in spirit and join us as we sing hymn 123, Spirit of Life. We'll sing it through 2 times through.
Morning.
Good morning and welcome to UUCLB, and welcome to our newest members today. It is such a joyful day when our community is expanding. And so I'd like to invite up our newest members and our membership committee representatives to come and join me and us. And maybe we'll just bring this over so we can all be together. Welcome Alexei, welcome Vivian, welcome Joseph. We're just delighted that you have chosen today to present yourselves, to be welcomed in front of the congregation. It's been a joy to get to know you through our chats and to understand why you have found yourself here, what you are hoping for, what you hope for your family, what you hope for our faith community that we share together. And for us to join you with our other new members and newcomers and longtime members and those who are even visiting for the first time. This is our community. We weave it together. And today, when we expand and welcome, we weave that fabric even deeper and more beautifully. So, Kate, I will welcome you to share and offer some official words. First, no, we're going to have you introduce yourselves.
All right. Hi, I'm Alexei Glick. My pronouns are they and them. I'm non-binary. I've been a Unitarian my entire life. I was actually dedicated as a baby at Troop Church in Pasadena. And I'm happy to have found this congregation. I had been kind of in a lapse in attendance while I was in school. I've been to many congregations kind of across the country as I've moved a lot, but this one definitely feels very welcoming and has a lot of the energy that I was looking for. So I'm happy to be here.
Hi, my name is Vivian Howe. I've been a UU for 30 years. And I'm sad that I haven't been a UU for longer, like you, all my life.
No.
I'm
31.
Oh, okay. I meant from birth. I didn't mean but one of my missions is to spread the good news about Unitarian Universalism because I think this world needs it, and increasingly so. I've been looking for a brick and mortar church community. I've been a member of the Church of the Larger Fellowship for a few years, and I think I found it. So I'm happy to be here.
Hi, everyone. My name is Joe Sinatra. I guess I've been a UU. Is it a day? I don't know. Like, is it day 0, day 1? I don't know. I've been coming here probably about 8 months, and Patricia, I was like touched by your words. Maybe I'm someone who's coming back to the church, where I've kind of been away from the Catholic Church. I left that church 20 years ago or plus. But this one really brought me back in. And I think what's brought me back in, I have kids, I have a 9 and 6-year-old. But more than that, just like in thinking about how to live and practice our values and principles together, this place has been just so welcoming and such a great inspiration for that. Just living that way in community. And so I'm excited for that. And I guess, day 1, but that's okay, yeah.
Hi. Yes, it's on. Hi, my name is Kate Taylor, and I'm the co-chair of the membership committee, and I am happy to welcome you to the church today. In behalf of the membership committee and Gail Kemp, who is the co-chair of our group, I would like to offer you these words as you begin your journey with UUCLB. This is written by UU Minister Kimberly Anna Tomtak Carlson. It is not by chance that you arrived here today. You have been looking for something larger than yourself, inside of you, there has been a yearning, a calling, a hope for more, a desire for a place of belonging and caring. Through your struggles, someone nurtured you into being, instilling a belief in a shared purpose, a common yet precious resource that belongs to all of us when we share. And so, you began seeking a beloved community, a people that does not put fences around love, a community that holds its arm open to the possibilities of love, a heart, home to nurture your soul and share your gifts. Welcome home. I'd like everybody to read the UUCLB covenant. It's in your order of service, or? It's out this one. Yeah. Okay. As members of this beloved community, we covenant individually and as a congregation to accept, support, and help one another, to be attentive and honest in our relations, to honor and celebrate our differences, to learn and grow together, to cherish our religious freedom, to quest for wisdom and truth, to open our minds and hearts, connect ourselves to the spiritual, and to dedicate ourselves to justice, compassion, and peace, ever mindful of our principles and purposes.
Congregation, will you please joyfully receive our newest members?
Please rise in body or in spirit and join us in singing again hymn number 346, Come Sing a Song With Me.
Come sing a song with me. Come sing a song with me. Come sing a song with me, that I might know your mind. And I'll bring you home when hope is hard to find. And I'll bring a song of love and a rose in the winter time. Come dream a dream with me. Come dream a dream with me. Come dream a dream with me, that I might know your mind. And I'll bring you home when hope is hard to find. And I'll bring a song of love and a rose in the winter time.
Come walk in rain with me.
Come walk in rain with me. Come walk in rain with me. Come walk in rain with me, that I might know your mind. And I'll bring you home when hope is hard to find. And I'll bring a song of love and a rose in the winter time.
Come share a rose with me.
Come share a rose with me. Come share a rose with me. Come share a rose with me, that I might know your mind. And I'll bring you home when hope is hard to find. And I'll bring a song of love and a rose in the winter time.
Good morning. So we're going to do a little meditation today. So get settled, and I gently remind you to shut off your phones. Just for 10 minutes, it's okay. So as we enter this time of meditation, I invite you to start to bring some awareness to your breath. Allow yourself to relax. There really is nothing else you need to be doing right now. Just be present. You are safe. I invite you, if you are comfortable, to close your eyes and keep a loose, relaxed gaze if that's easier, or you can keep them wide open, whatever is easiest for you. You can start scanning your body and relaxing it. Feel the support of your chair against your back. Feel how your feet are grounded on the floor. Just breathe. Bring that awareness to your breath. This will bring awareness to your mind and to your emotions. Then we will practice expanding our hearts. Today we reflect on generosity, not just as an act of giving, but as a way of being. True generosity begins in the heart. It is the willingness to show up with kindness, to offer care without expectation, to extend compassion to ourselves and others. Generosity is not only measured by what we give, but also how we listen, how we forgive, and how we hold space for one another with love. Loving kindness, or metta meditation, is an act of generosity. It is the practice of offering goodwill freely, starting with ourselves and expanding outward to all beings. As we move through this meditation, I invite you to cultivate a spirit of abundance, not scarcity, knowing that love and kindness are inexhaustible when we share them. Just relax. This is your natural state of being. Before the formation of us and them, there is love. This is very liberating. This means that you don't need to fear loving those that make you uncomfortable or even hurt you. As uncomfortable as that may make us feel, remember, wishing others loving kindness will always benefit you first. Keep your feet grounded on the floor, relaxed. Tuck your chin slightly in so the crown of your head is pointing upward into the expanse of the sky. Create a small, gentle smile with your lips. Breathe. Bring your attention to your breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Whatever is most comfortable and natural. Your mind is a boundless sky. Your thoughts, clouds. Let them come and go as they please. No attachment to them. Do this with great ease and no judgment. Pay attention to how you are feeling, whatever it may be. Accept it. Be gentle with yourself. Think loving thoughts of yourself. Breathe. Now bring your attention to your heart. If it helps, place your hand on your heart. This is a good heart, a loving heart, strong in compassion. Feel the warmth of your heart. Start to imagine a warm glow, a soft light, growing bigger and bigger. That warm glow from your heart becomes so big that it expands beyond your body as a big pool of warm light flowing onto all others around you. Imagine that this glow is so great that it flows onto all beings. Or if you wish, you may imagine it flowing onto a specific person, Perhaps someone that you love in an easy and uncomplicated way. Or perhaps someone you have friction with. Contemplate on equanimity and forgiveness. There is no us and them. Now we'll sit with this warm glow for a moment, and don't forget to breathe. Now, just like the tide, imagine the warm glow, the great radiant pool flowing back into your heart, flowing inward. Just sit, relax, breathe. In a moment, you'll hear a ringing of a bell. When you do, start to bring your awareness of your mind back into the room. May everyone everywhere with whom we are inseparable, interconnected, and who want and need the same as we do, may we all be awake, liberated, healed, and free. And may there be peace and harmony in this world throughout all possible existence, and an end to war and violence, injustice, poverty and oppression, delusion, confusion, greed and hatred, pride and jealousy, ignorance. May we all together complete the spiritual journey. May we all realize that we benefit from it. Amen, shalom, namaste. Let it be so, in peace and reverence to each other. Thank you.
From this place of stillness and gratitude for the words that have been shared, if anything emerges from your heart that needs to be shared in community at this time, I invite you to come forward and briefly offer a joy or a sorrow to be held in this beloved community.
I have a great joy. My granddaughter, Mia, my oldest son's daughter, has been accepted into the Peace Corps and will be going to Sri Lanka in a couple months. She'll be spending about 2.5 years there. I'm so proud of her, and she's fulfilled my dream.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Fred Kushner. I have two short joys. Yesterday, hundreds of people marched downtown LA against racist attacks against women, and there were 7 or more participants from our church who drove all the way from Long Beach or Whittier to fight this. And I am so glad that I finally turned in my listener notes from the station from 2 weeks ago.
Hi, I'm Presley Wilson. Unfortunately, mine is not a joy. We found out this week that my mom is terminal. She has the same heart condition that my son has. So it is a double whammy. My My son's is very mild, but we don't know if it will progress or stay that way. My mom didn't even have the condition 10 years ago. So we don't know how much time there is, likely less than a year. But my son is unaware yet, so just FYI. He won't know. We've decided not to tell him until my mom is here in a few weeks, and hopefully she'll come to service. But she's my best friend and has been a single mom my whole life. So it's incredibly difficult. So I know that I can count on the support from this church. So I just wanted people to know, because I know that me and my son both, Reagan and I both, are really, really going to need it, going forward. So.
Hello, everyone. I'm David Calmet. Yesterday, we had a funeral to attend. A friend of ours died. He was 74, and he was at home with his husband, and he passed away in his sleep. And his husband woke up and tried to wake him up, and he was gone. So yesterday, we went to the funeral, and it was a Catholic service, and I was so uncomfortable. Because I didn't know any of the prayers they were saying, and I was just moving my lips and looking at the ceiling and whatnot. But today is my husband's birthday. And I woke him up this morning too early, and he goes, "It's too early." And I said, "It's your birthday, shut up and get up." And so I brought him my cake to bed with a candle, and I sang him happy birthday, and we came to church. He told me not to tell anybody that it was his birthday, so that's what he gets. And thank you.
Hi, I'm Eric So. I'm sorry I missed you all as long as my choir hasn't been singing, but now that I'm back, I have a personal joy to share. Last month, I registered for an online Spanish course, which I'm now enjoying. So that I could visit a Spanish-speaking country, some years soon.
So glad you're back. Welcome back.
Hey, I'm Michael Kimmett. Somebody snuck into our garage under our apartment building last night and stole my bicycle. And I know, it's not a great thing in the grand scheme of the world, but it was a shock, so thank you very much.
He's a bike guy. That's a big deal.
It is. It is. Hi, I'm Gina Stevens. I wanted to share that I have been anxious and annoyed since 2016. All for the next 4 years. It was just like, I had to block out the news because every day was something stupid. And at the time, it was mostly stupid things that, made us look bad. This weekend, I realized I saw just a headline about what was going on. I didn't read it, but I realized I was scared now. And, that sinking heart feeling. I'm sure I'm not the only one.
Good morning. My name is Dan Hernandez. I have a couple of sorrows to share this week. First, Sheila's father, Rogelio Segun, he passed away this week. And the second one is my father-in-law in Maryland. He had a stroke earlier, a few weeks ago, and it turned out it was because he had a tumor in his brain that they had to do emergency surgery on. So he's going through chemotherapy now.
Good morning. My name is Jenny Quinn, and my sorrow is that I turned 90 last week. And my joy is that I turned 90 last week.
You're amazing. Congratulations. And I'm sorry. Would anyone? Okay. Yes, I just would love for you to come forward if you can, because we just would like to keep the camera focused up here. But I will come and join you and just ask the camera to stay focused on the chalice when I come and see you.
Jane and I just want to congratulate Rochelle and the Hughes Middle School basketball team for having an undefeated season and taking the Division I championship yesterday.
Way to go.
I'm Joan Marshall, and I'm back. I want to thank all of the well-wishers. It meant a lot to me, just the phone calls and the cards and things. It was wonderful. And Jenny, I'm right behind you.
Let's just return to that posture of meditation for a moment and just allow all the words that have been shared, all of the heartfelt joys and the deep suffering which has been shared to settle into our own hearts and allow our hearts to expand, blessed by the presence of those who journey with us and in touch with our own deepest needs, yearnings, desires, joys, and sorrows. From this place of settling in back to our own self, we turn to a moment of generosity where we turn to our offering, and we welcome you to give as generously as you can to this church. Today, we are kicking off our stewardship season, and we want to say thank you to everyone who contributes to this congregation in all the ways that you do. Our offering will now be generously given and received. And please do see these beautiful envelopes ready for you to contribute as well.
For the
Welcome back also to Yenju and Liu. We're so glad you're back. Truly. So I'm kicking off my sermon today with a Buddhist parable. Once upon a time in the great city of Rajagaha, there lived a merchant named Subhuti. He was the wealthiest man in the region, with caravans full of goods and warehouses brimming with gold and mansions so large that 100 servants were needed to maintain it. Yet despite his riches, he was never truly at ease. He lay awake at night, worrying about thieves, business rivals, and the ever-growing demands to protect his wealth. One morning, as he walked through the bustling marketplace, inspecting the goods, he saw a beggar sitting peacefully beneath a banyan tree. The beggar had only a tattered robe, a wooden bowl, and a simple smile on his face. He sat quietly observing the world, bothered by the chaos of the market. And Subhuti wondered, how could someone with so little seem so at peace? His own mind was a storm of worries. Yet this man who had nothing looked as though he possessed the greatest treasure. Intrigued, Subhuti approached the beggar and said, "Old man, I see you sitting here every day with nothing but that bowl and robe. How is it that you smile? Do you not wish for wealth, fine clothes, or a grand home? How can you be content with so little?" The beggar looked at Subhuti and gently replied, "Tell me, great merchant, do you own the sun?" "Well, of course not. No one owns the sun," scoffed Subhuti. "And do you own the cool breeze that touches your skin?" "Well, no," Subhuti admitted, growing impatient. Well, the beggar nodded and continued, "Yet every day I enjoy the warmth of the sun, the freshness of the breeze, the shade of this tree, and the song of the birds. My heart is light because I do not cling to what is temporary. But you, despite your riches, your mind is full of burdens. Tell me, who is truly poor, you or me?" Subhuti was taken aback. No one had ever spoken to him that way. He was a man of great power who was used to commanding others. And yet the words of this beggar cut him like a knife. That night he couldn't sleep. The echoes of the day were in his mind. What was the point of all his wealth if it couldn't bring him peace? What was all of this for? The next morning, instead of running to his business, he went to seek out the Lord Buddha. When he found the enlightened one, he bowed and said, "Lord Buddha, I have spent my life accumulating wealth, yet I do not feel at peace. Yesterday, I met a beggar who seemed happier than I. How can this be?" And the Buddha smiled and replied, "A man may own 1,000 gold coins, but if he is never satisfied, he is poorer than the one who owns nothing but is content. The more we cling to wealth, the more we suffer. But a mind free of attachment is like an open sky, light, limitless, and full of peace." Subhuti listened carefully. He realized that all his life he had been chasing the illusion of security through wealth, yet true security came from letting go of greed and fear. And from that day on, he changed. He ran his business, but he wasn't consumed by it. He began to share his riches with those in need, helping the poor, building homes, and offering food to travelers. And with each act of kindness, he felt a new kind of wealth growing within him, one that no thief could steal, no loss could take away. He found the peace he had been searching for, not in his gold, but in the simplicity of a content heart. $7.25 an hour. Is that enough to live on in the year 2025? So asked Senator Andy Kim, Democratic senator from New Jersey, of Lori Chavez DeRemer, who was the nominee for Labor Secretary this week. He went on to press the nominee about whether she thought that $15,000 was enough money in any state for someone to work, support themselves, buy a home, and fulfill a vision of what she continued to press as the American dream. As it turns out, the federal minimum wage has not been raised from $7.25 since July of 2009. To compare, the wealthiest man in America, Elon Musk, is estimated to make $23 million an hour. Mark Zuckerberg, second wealthiest man in America, is estimated to make $9.6 million an hour. Jeff Bezos, third wealthiest man in America, is estimated to make $7.9 million an hour. Meanwhile, the Republican majority House this week passed a budget that potentially cuts $880 billion from the federal budget to fund tax cuts for the wealthiest Americans, targeting public benefits such as Medicaid, SNAP, that's food stamps, and the Children's Health Insurance Program, known as CHIP, which according to American Progress covers essential life-saving health care for nearly 1 in 4 Americans, including low-income seniors and families, pregnant women, individuals and families with disabilities. And this upside-down vision of the United States that we are seeing, exactly how much wealth is enough? We are living in this time of extreme income inequality, coupled with extreme disregard for the dignity of work, care for the vulnerable, and a divestment from the common good. We are witnessing oligarchs who have been empowered by their extreme wealth, forcefully seizing, controlling, and dismantling government-designated funds, agencies, and institutions, including the reckless and dangerous mass firing of civil servants. We are also witnessing massive economic boycotts of big box corporations like Target and Walmart, who have rolled back their policies supporting diversity, equity, and inclusion, pandering to this administration's executive orders, and all Amazon-affiliated companies, including our beloved Whole Foods. It's an Amazon company, I'm sorry to tell you. Yes, it is owned by Amazon, who is, of course, Jeff Bezos is the owner of Amazon. Tesla protests owned by Elon Musk, and divestment from the Meta platforms owned by Mark Zuckerberg, our beloved Facebook and Instagram. This Friday, many participated in an economic boycott. How many people did a buy nothing or tried to do a buy nothing? Yeah, there was a boycott this Friday that encouraged people to not shop at those big box corporations and to try to use your dollars to support local businesses. My family and I participated, and I have to say it's been very challenging and humbling to realize how disentangled we've become in some of these convenience-based choices that directly link into these big corporations. So even doing it for a day, you're like, wow, that means no, this, and the other thing. But it's really important, and that's one way that we can start to take back power we have in the economic choices that we make. Because on this Stewardship Sunday, we can't really talk frankly about money without talking about extreme wealth in our country. And that term, which may or may not be familiar to us, that term oligarch. Oligarchy was defined in the 3rd century by Greek philosopher Aristotle as rule by a wealthy few. And oligarchs are what's called empowered by wealth, not by office, and have widely differing political interests and passions. So you can have, a billionaire who's left wing and a billionaire who's right wing, but they are united by one common interest, and that is wealth defense. Wealth defense. In an interview with Omar Ocampo for inequality.org, scholar who is kind of like the one person who really is standing out in scholarship around oligarchy, his name is Jeffrey Winters. And he wrote a 2011 book called Oligarchy. And he's a professor at Northwestern. And he puts it this way: wealth defense. Oligarchs are obsessed with it. And it is an obsession most of us don't understand because we don't have this enormous fortune to defend and protect in the way these oligarchs do. He said, but I guarantee the moment you or I do have a massive fortune, or if we are in that population of people who are managing wealth, you would begin to ask yourself, how do I make sure that I hold on to my wealth and I do with it what I wish? How do I not ensure that democratic society redistributes my wealth through taxes, or that no other oligarch forcefully takes my wealth? Winters also points to the potential for undermining the exercise of oligarchic power in a democratic society, which is a nod to those economic boycotts that we saw starting on Friday. And I urge you to just carry on. Carry on if you started repatterning your habits. He said, oligarchs and elites will never give up power which is not taken. We cannot wait for them to share their wealth and power. Any sharing of wealth and power and equality and justice has been won by meeting power with power. Anytime we have seen major advances of people from below, it's because they organize. And he says this: crises are important for moments of introducing institutional change. Because the challenge is this: it's difficult to mobilize while you're waiting for an opportunity. You can make incremental changes during the politics of what he calls the ordinary. But the real opportunities to restructure institutions and give setbacks to oligarchs happen in moments of crisis. So friends, we are in the midst of a political crisis that has great economic consequences for all of us. All of us. And I think it's important for us to kind of understand what's happening inside of this greed and wealth defense that's happening. And the kind of moral dimensions of it, or lack thereof, the emptiness. That Buddhist parable wisely illuminates the mind of the oligarch through the merchant, whose obsession over his accumulation of wealth becomes all-consuming and soul-crushing. He cannot see clearly until he's confronted with the simple happiness of a beggar standing in front of him, delighting simply in the gift of existence. But when he does see clearly, he's able to make a different choice, to use his wealth to help others, and to become on a spiritual path that one day leads to his discipleship of the Buddha. As an American Buddhist, one of my teachers, Sharon Salzberg, talks openly about the tension between Asian Buddhist understandings of generosity and American culture. And she's not really talking about Christianity here, although that is a whole other subject for us to explore in talking about money. She's really talking about capitalism. Because American culture has adapted itself for the last 250 years to create this monstrous inequality, which is now on full view, and has enabled this kind of people over profit to develop and to really condition all of us, the oligarchs and the good ordinary people. She reflects that on her own kind of retraining with Buddhism and how it comes up for her when she has an instinct to give something or is asked to give something. And for her, she's had to train herself that if she has the instinct to give something away, she's, here in a church service and I'm going to write a check for $500, and she writes it right then. Because she can talk herself out of giving something away so fast with all of the conditioning she has about, well, I might really need that, and I better hold on to it. And if I give that away, then I won't have it tomorrow. She says, her mind can talk herself out of being generous at any way, any moment in time. And I wonder if that resonates with you at all, because I don't think it's just the oligarchs who are like, Subhuti in the parable is really, shows that inequality between the merchant and the beggar. But we all swim in the water of capitalism, and it also is washing over us as we are responding to the real fears about the uncertainty of our political landscape and what is to come. We have real constraints in our lives. We have limited budgets. We are on fixed incomes. We have real material needs and needs to care for people in our lives. And sometimes we are the ones who need help. And that is real too, that there is a need that we have that others can provide. But most often, we do have the ability to give. And we have the ability to give more than we think we do. And it's the times when we are truly inspired to let go and give from our hearts without regret or fear that we really experience what that blessing of giving is all about. Like Subhuti in the parable, the more we give, the more we want to give. And the freer and more loving we have the potential to become. Our heart becomes light. Sharon Salzberg puts it this way: generosity has such power because it is characterized by this inner quality of letting go or relinquishing. Being able to let go, to give up, to renounce, to give generously, these capacities spring from that same source within us. When we practice generosity, we begin to know a very beautiful quality of joy and delight flowing freely within us. We experience joy in forming the intention to be generous. We experience joy in the act of giving. And we experience joy in remembering the fact that we have been given. So on this Stewardship Sunday, this is our invitation to give as freely, as generously as we can. Because our listening circles revealed these big dreams we have for our congregation and how this is a place we want to invest in for our future, for our children's future. And our pledging today is how we do just that. Our congregation is completely self-funded. Everything that we give goes directly to make this happen every week, to bring us inspiration and programming, to nurture and tend to our earth and our beautiful campus, and to care for each other and to do justice in the world. And each of us today has something to give. And you have within you this urge to give, this goodness inside you, this desire to offer something to others, of yourself, of your resources, of your time. This is what draws us to be in common spaces together. We don't do this just for ourselves, but to give to others. So today I invite you to consider what generosity could mean for you in this time where we see such great greed and hoarding, to be able to have that free and light heart and to give and receive the blessing of giving. Today we pledge for hope. May it be so, and amen.
Please rise in body or in spirit and join in singing our hymn 128, For All That Is Our Life.
For all that is our life, we sing our thanks and praise. For all life is a gift, which we are called to use to build the common good and make our own days glad. For needs which others serve, for services we give, for work and its rewards, for hours of rest and love, we come with praise and thanks. For all that is our life, for sorrow we must bear, for failures, pain, and loss, for each new thing we learn, for fearful hours that pass, we come with praise and thanks. For all that is our life, for all that is our life, we sing our thanks and praise. For all life is a gift, which we are called to use to build the common good and make our own days glad.
Our closing words are adapted from Douglas Taylor. Across the generations, we have been nourished by this flame. We are singing new songs, breaking old barriers, sharing in the work. And as we find our own space in what has been, we are here to make space for the next person as well. We join in the line and we carry the flame forward. Across the generations, this flame comes to us. We are here for the songs, for the justice, for the community, sharing the work. We are here now too, to build something new and lasting. We are ready for a new day together. We join in the line and we carry the flame forward. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of love, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.